You know, the great follower of our channel, Andrew Lippard, comes up with great suggestions for podcasts, but this one takes a little bit of research because to approach this as a normal NHL career, it doesn't give it justice. When you go all the way from Junior B in Ontario to NCAA, eventually the AHL and the NHL within a couple of years, there has to be a description of the path that led you there. And Bob Essensa, not only one of the best goalie minds and goalies of the last 4 decades in the NHL, how he got drafted and how he made the level of excellence he did all comes down to a certain squad. Now, the Henry Carr Crusaders are the great-grandfather of the Caledon side the Brampton Admirals, a Junior A team in Caledon, Ontario. Now, the idea of Essensa's route through Henry Carr to NCAA and the NHL is quite intense, and it's going to take a little bit of description what went on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Bob came to major prominence as a very young player by skating in the 1978 Quebec International Pee Wee Hockey Tournament with the Toronto Shopsies minor hockey squad. Now, Essensa, during his draft year, was the number 1 goalie for the 82-83 Henry Carr Crusaders Metro Junior B championship team, which never lost a game in regular season play that campaign. 34-0 in two ties, and he only lost 2 playoff games. One in the Ontario Hockey Association semifinals against the Streetsville Derbies, and the Crusaders went on to capture the Ontario Hockey Association Junior B title, and along with it the Sutherland Cup, after defeating the Stratford Coulatones in the final. Following 5 playoff rounds, and he had to win 5 to take the title, the Crusaders had a record of 54, 2-2-2. 2 overtime losses in 60 regulation and overtime games. Now, he was MVP of the league's midseason All-Star game at Trenton that year, and he was as the best of the Full-End division, defeated the Stars of the Relic division 3-1. Now, the 83 draft, he was taken 69th overall. Now, the native of Ontario was selected by the Winnipeg Jets. He first played with Markin of the WTJHL in 81. 82 at Henry Carr, he had played in 17 games. And again, that 83 season with 31 games with Henry Carr, and didn't find 1 game with Markham that year as well. Now, again, the Henry Carr team won the title Junior B that year. He was the Metro Junior B All-Star First Squad. He was the Pepsi International Tournament All-Star First Team. Now, ironically, he played for the Rexall Bay squad, but attended Vincent Massey High School in Toronto while playing hockey for Henry Carr High School. So he played for them, but he didn't attend school there. He also played on Vincent Massey's High School's track and soccer teams during his Junior B career. Now, how it worked out with this, not too often a Junior B goalie goes directly to the NHL, but he found his way into the NCAA. Now, the 4th round selection, 69 overall by the Jets, he decided to go out for Michigan State. Now, over nearly 80 games, he had an overall record of 62-13-2 in his campaigns at MS. He was named the CCHA First Team All-Star his sophomore year, and won the CCHA and NCAA championships with Michigan State in his junior year. He graduated as the school's all-time leader in goals against average and shutouts, although both records have since been broken. Now, he eventually found his way to the AHL with the Moncton Hawks, and the 89 campaign, he finally made it to the NHL with 6-8-3 record in 20 games. He had 36 games with Winnipeg in 1990 and became the number 1 for Winnipeg in 1991. For 4 seasons, he was a workhorse for the Jets, averaging nearly 60 games per year, and he saw a lot of rubber. Now, he had his debut on February 13, 1989 against Detroit. What was kind of weird as well, he played with quite a number of squads, never kept the same number, but 35 and 31 was what he would normally play with. Overall in his career with Winnipeg and Phoenix, Detroit, Edmonton, Vancouver, and Buffalo, 173, 176, and 47, 3.515 average with 18 shutouts. Now in playoffs with Winnipeg, Detroit, Edmonton, and Vancouver, he won 4, 9, and 16 games. Now he was an NHL All-Rookie in 1990, Winnipeg Molson Cup 3-star leader in 91. Now Winnipeg Phoenix records, most career games by a goalie with 311, minutes by a goalie with 17,244, most career wins 129, most wins in a season 33 and 93, most consecutive victories 9 and from October to December of 99, most assists by a goalie 5 and 93, and most goals allowed in a 2000 season 227 in 93. He was the NHL shutout leader in Winnipeg with 5 and 92. Now, after his pro career completed, he was named Boston's goalie coach on September 9, 2003, and remained that position through the 2007 season. Now, the first game against Detroit, he made 24 saves in a 2-2 tie. He was eventually named Player of the Week of January 1st, 1990. Now, injuries really compound him. He missed part of the 91 season with severe groin strain and injuries suffered during Winnipeg's training camp in mid-September 1990. He was eventually sent to the Moncton Hawks again for a conditioning stint on October 12, 1990, and returned after playing 2 minor league games. Now, NHL Player of the Week for November 4th, 1990. He had 4 shutouts, second overall in the league in 91. Now, he set Winnipeg's single-season record since broken for shutouts 4 and losses 24 in 91. He also set the Winnipeg Phoenix record since broken for longest shutout streak with 141 minutes from January 16, 91. But injuries really hampered him on and off. He missed parts of the 92 season with a bruised knee and with a pulled left hamstring during the campaign. In the 91-92 campaign. NHL Player of the Week November 17th and February 3rd in the 91-92 season. Then strained ligaments in the right knee again. An injury suffered March 6, 92 at Washington. Now, he was also a finalist for the 92 Vezina Trophy. Now, missed part of the 94 season with a strained knee. Injury suffered during a game against Pittsburgh. Now, he left Winnipeg in 94 with the franchise record since broken for career shutouts of 14. He eventually signed with Edmonton as a Group 3 unrestricted free agent on September 27, 97 after earning a roster spot in training camp. He was also the nominee for Edmonton's 97-98 Masterton Trophy race. He eventually re-signed with Edmonton as a Group 3 unrestricted free agent on August 17, 98. Then he signed again with the Winnipeg Phoenix franchise as a Group 3 unrestricted free agent on September 5th, 99. Now, another injury, he missed part of the 2000 campaign with a strained hamstring in a game against Detroit. Then he left Phoenix and signed with Vancouver as a Group 3 unrestricted free agent, lasted the 2021 season, but was released by Vancouver on June 26, 2001. Now, eventually signed with Buffalo as a Group 3 unrestricted free agent on August 3rd, 2001, at the time announcing that his 2002 season would be his last in the NHL. Now, NCAA title, Michigan State 86. All-Star First Team 85, CCHA. All-Star Second Team, CCHA 86. All-Star Honorable Mention 87. All-Academic First Team 85 to 86, 7 inclusive. Now, he majored in business at Michigan State University. Now, at NCAA, he shut out Northwestern 1-0, his first college start, and he was also the game's #1 star. CCHA Players of the Week for October 16th, 83. Finished second in the NCAA as a freshman in goals against average with a 2.79 in 84. Now, he was second in the CCHA with a 2.89 goals against average in 12 games in 84 as well. Now, Injuries, a really weird injury. He suffered severe lacerations on both hands and wrists, suffered when he put his hands through a window in February in 1985. Now, in Michigan State, he had single-season record since broken for goals against average 164 and save percentage 92% in 85. Now, he left Michigan State in 87 with school records since broken for best goals against average 268, career shutouts by 7. Now, eventually, he was also loaned by Detroit organization to San Diego on January 27, 95 for the entire 95 campaign. Now, he also ranked third in the IHL with 2.89 goals against average for Fort Wayne in 96. And he was very active in charitable causes, including some strong work with Ronald McDonald House. Now, he eventually moved to Scottsdale, Arizona after his retirement. Now, Markham of the OPJHL eventually retired a Essensa sweater at a pre-game ceremony honoring 14 of the team's 14 team's former goalies on February 4, 2000. Now, the trade by Winnipeg to Detroit was very controversial because it was straight up Essensa and Sergei Bolton for Tim Chevalier and Dallas Drake on March 8, 94. And a lot of people felt that really hampered the Winnipeg franchise into the mid-1990s. Maybe cost them a cup run, as we like to say. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Essensa's overall coaching career has been quite impressive. Now, he was, again, the goalie coach for the Bruins for a number of years. He also got his name on the Stanley Cup with the Bruins Stanley Cup title win in 2011. He also assists with coaching the goaltenders of the Providence Bruins, Boston's minor league affiliate in the AHL. Now, on March 28, 2015, get this, Essensa at age 50 was dressed as a backup goalie by the Bruins during the game against the Rangers after Tuukka Rask left the game in the second period due to suspected dehydration. Could have been the oldest goalie in NHL history. Now, Essensa has a very strong personal life. Him and his wife Janine have 3 sons, Josh, Ben, and Jake. They make their home in Oxford, Michigan, which is a northern suburb of Detroit. After the Bruins title win in 2011, he also shared his victory by bringing the Stanley Cup to local establishments in Oxford, Lake Oriole, and Clarkston. Now, all 3 sons have also been active in the Detroit area youth hockey. Now, again, AHL, I want to mention the season in Moncton. He was quite good as a backup, 7-11-1 with a 4.66 average, but he saw a lot of shots. Again, the rookie year with Winnipeg 6-8-3. He also played 22 games at Fort Wayne that year. Now, he became very popular in Moncton, even though he only played 35 games. Bob was very well liked by the Moncton faithful. Now, with Detroit, get this, he played 13 games with Detroit, found himself in the minors for all of 95, and played the IHL and the AHL before making it back to the NHL with Edmonton in 97 as a traditional backup. Now with Phoenix in 2000, former Jets of course, 13, 10-3, and 30 starts. Vancouver 2001 in the twilight of his career, 18-12-3 with a strong 2.68 average, and got his last 2 playoff appearances. And with Buffalo as a temporary backup, his statistics didn't improve outright. He only had 2.91 goals against, but lost 5 games and in 9 contests. So again, final NHL totals 446, 173, 176, 47, 24,000 minutes played, 18 shutouts, and 4-9 in the playoffs. Now, 1990 was a weird year as well. Not only did he play as a major role with Winnipeg in a strong season, he skated for Team Canada at the 1990 Worlds, playing in 4 games with a 2.97 average by playing in 4 games as a starter and a substitute. A very interesting path. But what was kind of weird, ladies and gentlemen, he played literally 5-6 seasons as Winnipeg's number 1 or number 2. Found himself in the minors, pretty well mired in the minors for 2 years, and came all the way back. You would think Toronto or Montreal or another Canadian team would give him another chance, but it's funny in hockey where someone as talented as Bob Essensa can be stymied in the minors and not been brought back to the NHL. It boggles the mind, because the man is he's a great mind for the backstop position. He once said to a CBC reporter, "I can't tell people how to save it, only that they can save it," which means like whatever shot they're receiving. Now, what really stood out for me, no pun intended, with Bob, was the idea he was your typical normal-sized goalie, 6'0", 185 pounds. But when he was in the cage, as good as he was, you don't play with Winnipeg, Detroit, Edmonton, Phoenix, Vancouver, Buffalo, and Boston just by being a traditional backup or a part-time number one. He could really play. And you look at the Stanley Cup possibilities for Winnipeg if they would have got some better players, because that was a big rivalry, Calgary and Edmonton and Winnipeg and Vancouver through the years. But Bob Essensa really helped Winnipeg get back to respect and recognition in that side of it. And Winnipeg, the biggest problem is the '94 campaign. That could have killed him. But he was willing to take a trade to rebuild Winnipeg, and that's what happened. But like from 2 years being a Vezina candidate to Winnipeg having one of their worst seasons against us in the 1980s, hockey's a weird game, ladies and gentlemen. Is all I can say. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you're doing here with our podcast, especially on unsung heroes like Bob Essensa, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget, going from Junior B to the NHL, through the NCAA and the AHL, it can be an interesting path. And Bob only got good, in my personal opinion, when he turned 27. He kind of proved the fact that you show me a great goalie, you show me a goalie that struggled for 5-10 years, can finally hit his peak. Because age 28 on, 26, 27, 28 on, he was one of the best in the NHL. And I look at that 93 season, ladies and gentlemen, dynamite numbers. And also, the 1990 season, when Winnipeg had a good chance in the playoffs, it didn't work out. Like I said, he was just coming on. But that Henry Carr season, I think there's a documentary about the '83 team, if you can find it. It's quite interesting. And I think that team has got to be in a Hall of Fame someplace. I'd be very shocked if they weren't. Anyway, Andrew, thanks very much for the request. Give us a like, comment, and subscribe. And if we like to say, on the weekends in New Brunswick, keep your stick in the ice. Bye.